Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back again to my channel. Welcome back to Boomsy Sports. This is the long awaited video. It's a story time of how myself and my husband got duped of a huge sum of money. I'm talking about over ₦1 million, over $2,000. It wasn't a small money at all. Apart from you guys even saying I should share the story time and all, I'm also just leery to actually share because people that are watching me, it doesn't just have to be only Lagos. Maybe there are other cities that you are and you're trying to rent an apartment. You can learn one or two things from the mistakes that I made. So yeah, sit back, relax, and really enjoy this video. But open your ears wide open just to learn one or two things, from my mistakes so that you don't repeat it. Maybe you're just in a new city and you're trying to get like an apartment to settle in and all. Don't be in a haste, like don't be in a hurry. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. You guys, when I came into Lagos, I was living by myself. Even when I was dating Mr. Obichuk's, I was staying comfortably alone in my one-bedroom apartment. So by January of 2018, my husband engaged me, right? He engaged me, but I'm just trying to give you guys like a backstory. He engaged me and he said to me that we're not having our wedding in the next 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. We are actually going to have our wedding like towards the end of the year because there are certain things as an Igbo man now, there are certain things that he wants to put in place. So I'm going to move from this my one-bedroom apartment to a three-bedroom apartment. I said, okay, no problem. So we had started, house hunting and all. And then he came up that, he doesn't even want to come on his wedding hall that day and see that his wedding hall is very decorated. People have eaten to stupor. And then when he comes back to his house, like we're just sleeping on the floor, where nothing is furnished in the house, we're just managing ourselves in the house. So it's not just getting the apartment, we are going to furnish it to taste. So I said, okay, that's fine, no problem. No problem. That was how we went on house hunting, and with the help of an agent, we're able to now get a three-bedroom apartment that was not even so far from the one-bedroom apartment I was living before. But you guys, the road to this place was bad. When I mean bad, but it was something that fits into our budget that, in like 2 to 3 months, we can come up the money and pay off the rent. Of course, when you're trying to look for a place, you also look for a place that will fit into your budget as well. That was how, what they call it, so we went, got this place, and I furnished this place. I furnished this place to taste. The three-bedroom apartment, all the rooms had their beds. Like not just bed on the floor, like bed and mattresses and everything, and they were furnished as well. Due to what my husband to be had said, that he wanted everywhere to actually be furnished to taste. I said, okay, no problem. I'm going to insert the pictures of all these things that I'm talking about. So, but Bros was still in Abuja while I was in Lagos, as a single girl winging this thing by myself. But by then, before we even got married, I had moved into the three-bedroom apartment, but it was not easy. The road was something else, you guys. The road was something else. So eventually we got married, and my husband had still not moved from Abuja to Lagos. So it was just me in that three-bedroom apartment all alone by myself, and the place was so huge. Like the apartment was so big, I was so scared every night when I come back. In fact, there was something that happened where my classmate in university died, and I could not sleep the whole of that day. Uzo had to even partially moved to the house to stay with me, just to be like a source of company to me as well. My husband used to come like maybe like every once in 2 weeks, or every once in 1 week and all. But when I come back from work like this, you guys, I'm just bored. Like not really just bored, but I'm just lonely in the house. Me all alone in that three-bedroom apartment. And to top it up, the roads are bad. You guys, when rain falls, hey, when rain falls in that apartment that we were, and they kept assuring us that they were going to fix the road, but this is like 1 year after and nothing has happened yet. But when rain falls in that apartment, you guys, I cannot put my leg, I cannot do anything. The water is so high that my car, I can feel the water above my tire. I will just be swimming. Hey, you guys, nobody used to visit me in that apartment. When I mean nobody used to visit me, nobody used to visit me. Hey, God have mercy. Uzo was the one true person that used to come and visit me in that apartment. Like, she would swim the water and come and pay a visit to me. And actually, there was one time that me and Mr. Obi Chooks, we traveled to Port Harcourt, but it was his birthday. So I wanted him to come back to the house and meet like decorations and every other thing in the apartment. So I told Uzo that she should go, please carry balloons and go there. You guys, when she was going there, her tire punctured. Hey, her tire punctured. And guess what, you guys? Her birthday that was coming up, to tell you how bad that road was, I bought her tires as birthday gift. I bought her brand new tires as birthday gift. I even did her speedometer cake. This is just to give you the backstory. And then the mosquitoes in the house were just something else. Wing. So you will be sleeping mosquitoes. I kept complaining to Mr. Obi Chooks that I cannot stay here again. I cannot. You are in Abuja, living in comfort, lights 247, everything, road. You just wake up in the morning. Within like 10 minutes, you've gotten to your office. Me, I'm just here suffering. You guys, I lamented. I kept lamenting. Like, baby, I cannot stay here. The mosquitoes are biting away my destiny. I cannot be here. I cannot be productive. The network was such an issue. You guys, this one is that when you want to find cheap apartments inside this Lagos, what they will give you as cheap apartments. But I mean, the house was really, really spacious. It was really nice. The tenants, that's one thing I enjoyed in the house, because the tenants were young people as well, like young couple, very reasonable as well, that just starting life and, you know, just being in a place that they can actually afford as well. But we used to always come and just complain. The water was, my skin was just having different issues. So I complained, and then Mr. Obuchu said, okay, that's fine. That truthfully, you know, if we're even looking to say, okay, you are pregnant, or you can't even be pregnant in this kind of place, because mosquito is going to bite you and suck away the child away from inside of you. So let's just start looking for another apartment. You guys, because of I was the one that experienced all the chaos and hazardness in that house. Like, I was hurriedly looking for another apartment when he was saying, yes, let's look for another apartment and we are going to move out of here. My happiness knew no bound. I was over the moon. I was like, yes, okay, we're looking for another apartment. You guys, I started looking for apartments. I then went on sites to look for apartments. Them, I'm going to be mentioning the names, Property Pro and the rest of them. I went on sites to look for apartments. I mean, like, if you are the one that run Property Pro or you work for Property Pro, you guys, there are a lot of scammers on your page, a lot of scammers on your page. You just have to, I don't know what you need to do to sieve them out, because there are a lot of them. They're not even the proper agents for the house, but they will come and display these houses and put their phone numbers. Like, if you're watching me and you work with Property Pro and all, please inform your managers to do something about that, because I've never really come out to talk about this before. And now that I have the platform, I'm definitely going to speak about it. And this is what I'm doing right now. So you guys, I got on all these like property pages to look for houses that will fit within our budget and all. That was how I found one house in a very choice area. In a very choice area. I looked at it, proximity to my office, latest 12 minutes, 10 minutes. I say, okay, this is it. God has sent. And in fact, the budget that Mr. Obi Chooks gave me, it was below the budget. What was I even thinking? It was below the budget. So I had shared the pictures with him, you know, and told him that this and this and this. So he contacted the agent that put the person's number there to say that we want to check out this apartment on Saturday, this and this. I said, oh yeah, it's available to check the apartment out. That was how my darling husband booked a flight ticket from Abuja and came to Lagos. And came to Lagos, you know, so that we can go and check the apartments together. You guys, we went to this apartment. In fact, that Saturday morning when we called the agent, what's his name? If I remember his name, I will say it to you guys, so you'll be very careful. What's his name? I'll look for his name. I'll put it on the screen. I'll put his number on the screen as well. You guys, that's how we actually went to. His name is Abiodun. That is his name. So we called him that Saturday morning to say, we're on our way. Where do we meet you at? He said, that he's not available. And he speaks well. He's not available, but that he has sent his boy, that is like a caretaker, to take us to the apartment. We said, okay, no problem. That we're going to meet the boy at so and so place. So we met up with one of his co-frauders. We met up with that one. That one took us to the apartment, showed us everywhere. And I don't know how they planned this thing so well, and they had the access to the apartment. So the apartment was newly built and the gate was still open. I don't know why my eye never went to a billboard where they put the agent's number and all. Like, if you're looking to say you want to rent this apartment, this is the numbers that you will call. It was after the incident that I went back to the apartment. The gate was locked and I looked outside the apartment and I saw the agency numbers, like they had a banner up and all. In fact, I'm getting to all of that. You guys, that was how I went to the apartment. The apartment was open, it was new, so people were still working in the apartment. That's why we could enter into the apartment. We checked. Very beautiful 3-bedroom apartment. Hey, this house was so fine. I kept saying to myself, God has smiled at myself and my husband. I mean, all the blessings from wedding. I mean, we've been married by this time, or we've married for like 4 months by this time. I'm like, God has really, really smiled at us. Jehovah Buezi. All the blessings that we received during our wedding, and now God has now topped it up to give us this comfortable space that can fit our budget. Jesus, you are the best. That was how the guy said, yes, that we know we can proceed with payment if we like it and all. You guys, the mistake that myself and my husband made was that we didn't share it. Like, we didn't share to our colleagues and, even my sister, to say, we have found this place in so and so place. Because if we did, they would have said, are you thinking, Boma, for you to get apartment in this kind of area is from like 4 million above? How can you see apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, furnished, service, everything in this kind of area, 1.350 million naira? Are you joking? But me, I was saying that God has smiled. We have to just keep it on a low key, and then after everything, we'll now invite people to come to our house. I'll just cook fisherman's soup. Hey God, I would just cook fisherman's soup as a new wife, and everybody would just come and celebrate. And there was a colleague that was actually looking for a house with me as a den. I just wish right now that I actually shared with them, like when I got back to the office, or when I got to the office on Monday, I just say, you guys, look at I'm about to even go and pay for this house and all. And then maybe they would have said, because they've been in Lagos longer, so maybe they would have said, okay, no, Boma, you cannot. You have to double check. You guys, that was how they say we can make payments. And I said, okay, no problem. That, I'm going to do the, what they call the payment on Monday. On Monday, I then went to the bank, carried the documents, the account number that they had provided to us. I filled FT. You guys, your girl made payments. Hey, and guess what? Mr. Obishus was telling me, don't pay yet. Because the lawyer had said he had people that were working for him. In fact, somebody called me that his lawyer is coming to bring the agreement. He snapped agreement and sent to me on WhatsApp. I don't know how they created all of that, but they did agreement on WhatsApp and sent to me that he's now coming to bring it physically to me, and he's close to my office. My body was, I know this Lagos. Once you see house, just pay for it, because by the time you come back the next day, somebody has taken it. I will say, my husband will say, I should wait till the person come and gives me the hard copy of the agreement. I'm like, we are going to lose this house, baby. Is it because you're not the one that is suffering all these things I'm suffering in this former house? You guys, that's how I then went to, Mr. Obichuk had transferred the money, so I went to go and pay the money. These people kept calling me that, have I made the payment? I shouldn't worry that once I make the payment, that don't worry that the guy has even passed where, he's closer to me, that he's coming to me. Next thing, when they had confirmed that they received the money, their phones were not reachable again. You guys, their phones were not reachable again. I mean, because they were working with a lot of people, it was not just one person that would share the money. They had lawyer, they had caretaker, they had one fake person that was the landlord. They had the Abiodun that was the agent himself. But the Abiodun kept picking my calls, even till the next morning when he picked my call. I was like, see, your lawyer's number is not going through again. I was like, have you really paid the money? You tell me you have paid the money. I said, yes, I've actually paid the money. He said, okay, I will confirm, I will get back to you. Why will he not be picking your calls? That was how maybe he had gone. Maybe the lawyer had told him that maybe he did not receive any alert or anything. So he has gone to confirm that maybe he has received the alert and they're supposed to share the money. Maybe the lawyer does not want to, maybe the lawyer is trying to do a fast one on him. That was how Abiodun never picked our calls again, and his phone was now switched off. You guys, my husband works in the IT space, so he knows how to track people's numbers. He knows how to do a lot of things. This guy went with Abiodun's phone number. He tracked the last people that Abiodun had spoken to. He tracked so many things about him, like track. Even from his number, he could trace, like, I don't know. I wish he was sitting down here. He could trace like the center area where this person, picked the last call from and all. We gathered all this information. You guys, when we realized that we were duped, we cried. Hey, imagine a new couple like that being duped over 1.350 million naira. Was it 1.350? I've been 1.5. 1.350 million naira thereabout. I've been one. It was about 1 point something, but not 1.1 or 1.2. It was about, I think, 1.350 million naira. You guys, we cried. We'll be on the phone. And you guys, I felt so bad. I just felt to myself like, I wish I was patient enough. Like, I wish I really listened to my husband, but he didn't even make me feel bad about it. It was like, baby, don't worry. These things happen. But I could tell, like, within the both of us, we'll be on the phone call. And I'm like, how did we ever get to this point that we are falling into the hands of these Yahoo people inside this Lagos? We cried. New couple that had plans for themselves. We've budgeted money for certain things that we want to do. And you guys, I told you guys in one of my videos that we did not want to touch the money that we were sprayed. We rather work for the money to cater for our daily living from our work and the businesses that we were doing. But the money that we were sprayed, we locked it down for childbirth project because we knew that we wanted to travel and go and give birth to our child. So we locked it down for childbirth. So we didn't want to touch it. It was not an option. So you can imagine we worked hard for this particular money that we were now swindled. Nobody say person dash us the money or anything. We're just swindled. You guys, we cried. Like me, I was inconsolable. I was just telling myself, so I will remain back inside this house. I'll go to the office. I'll cry. My madam even had to call me like, oh my God, Boma, you're not even like as active as you used to be. I just see that you're so slow. What is it? When I started in her office and I opened up, I couldn't even finish talking. I was like, madam, we will. you guys, she came, she held me. She was like, Boma, hey God, you guys, it was like, then back to the story of you guys, Nigerian police. We got all this information, and when you are at the point of what they call it, like you are duped and you are just helpless, it's when you are going to know that Nigerian police does not have your back. You guys, my husband got all this information. I even had an auntie that used to work in the Keystone Bank, back then. So the account that we paid this money into this Abiodun's account was a Keystone Bank. So she was able to just try and put a call for me to just help me to see, please, you people should block this account. Oh, you people should block. This is what has happened. We got all this information. We took this thing to the police. You guys, even the location of where the last calls were, we took it to the police. Guess what? Police was telling me that I should buy them. Okay, they will go and meet these people. They were going to the area on Saturday. I have to fuel their Hilux. I have to buy bullets for their gun. I have to recharge their phone. You guys, the money that I now even started spending, 20K here, 10K here, 40K here. In fact, there's one other police I now went to again. Since this one were not even answering me, every time I was just sending credit and sending money, but they were not doing anything. They tell me they are working on it. I went on that police that say, oh, he is animal. They call him animal. That if he put his hand inside this thing, that in 2 days, this Abiodun will come and be crawling and begging for me, begging us, you guys, and told us that we should pay 40,000 naira. My husband sent the money because of how confident he was. He said he was animal. He would do this thing for us. Now, my husband sent the money. Till today, they have still not caught the Abiodun. This is like 2 years after. You guys, it was such a, as a new couple, I wasn't just, you guys, it was not even a funny experience but you guys, because of how uncomfortable I was, because of how, you guys, my husband was still working towards relocating to Lagos as at that time. Like, he just wanted to be with me, and his company as at that time, the relocation was a bit slow, but eventually God came through for us. And you guys, he body pinch him when he stayed for that place where that I was staying for like 2 weeks. Was like, baby, you know what? We need to move, eh? And Mr. Obichuk's, if mosquito just bite him small, malaria, he was always taking Lonats. New one. There was even one that even took the medication, said the malaria did not go. He still went to go and do malaria test. He said malaria parasite. Okay. Me, I was not going to say anything again. Just came back one day and said, baby, we're going to move. So when we're even leaving, and we got this our place that we are in now presently, you guys, we took no chances. We went to the man's office, and luckily for me, the landlord, was building an apartment very close to my office. So when he actually saw the form that I filled and where I work and all, he then came to my office to actually confirm that I was actually working and all. You guys, this story, this story. But what you should take out of it is that don't hide certain things, because I feel like if I had mentioned to maybe people around me that had lived in Lagos longer, they would have said to me like, but how do you think that you can never find an apartment for so and so amount in this choice area inside this Lagos? There's no how God wants to favor you that you will find inside this Lagos, in this place, that if you go around, you will see people that are renting for 4 million, 5 million, then you now found for 1.350 million. How is it possible? But you guys, like, I was just very naive. I would say I was very naive, and I was very impatient. Like, because of where I was coming from, I just wanted to move like fast, like, oh, I found something. So when you're renting a place, like, take your time. If you want to rent a place, like you want to move from your old house, like, take your time. Start looking for a new place like 6 months before you actually want to leave, or like 4 months before you leave, especially in this Lagos. Just be patient. Just be patient. And see, when you see a place that you like, take the extra effort to, as in, do your underground work. In this Lagos, there's a lot of fake life. People want to swindle you to finance their fake life. You will see a guy driving Range Rover, but he's living inside his car. So you just have to be very careful. This Lagos, you will see barbing salon charging 10,000. Now, what are you barbing? Are you barbing away my destiny? What are you barbing? Are you barbing me onto glory? What are you barbing? And people will still go there and pose. They will give you champagne. And so the fake life is very rampant in this Lagos. So just take your time before you get swindled inside this Lagos. Just, even if you've seen the place that you like, come back later in the night. Ask questions around, like, how is this place? So the people that live in this place, so how is this? So it might not even be that they will swindle you, but maybe the landlord, if you park into the house, like, nothing will start working for you. There's just so many factors that surround renting an apartment, because I know that even after we saw this place, we still came back, snuck in the night, myself and my husband. We knocked, we asked the gate man question that, please, can we see somebody? Luckily for us, somebody was passing inside, just call, how is this place? This and this, and people that were living in this particular place, they say there's a vacancy. Who were they? Why did they leave? Just questions, ask questions. So you guys, this was the experience. So this was the experience. I tried to cut it short for you guys, but it was not a funny one at all. And I hope you guys can learn one or two things. Please do your due diligence when looking for a place. It might not just be Lagos, it might be in other states. Don't be so desperate to leave, just like I was. And you guys, please let me not over talk. I need to head to work right now. I'll see you guys most definitely in my next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. And tell me what you learned about this experience in the comment section. And you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.